Alright guys, here we have a quotation from Scrooge after his redemption. He has listened to the sage words of advice from the ghosts and is a changed man. I am as light as a feather, I am happy as an angel, I am merry as a schoolboy, I am giddy as a drunken man. So let's zoom in on some of this language here. I am as light as a feather. Well, here's a simile. They're all similes, aren't they? It's like a list of similes that Dickens is using here on Scrooge's behalf. And it's really showing that weight of obsession with money has been lifted from him. It's freed him, hasn't he? Before he was covetous. He constantly wanted other things that people had. He wanted more and more money through his greed. But that weight that has been pressing down with him, desperate for more, has been lifted. And now he is as light as a feather. Think of that description of the ghost of Christmas Present, who is constantly described as free. His hair is free. Physically, he is free. And he is happy because of it. If you don't know that quote about the ghost of Christmas Present, go watch that video. Scrooge here is like that. He is now light as a feather. He is also happy as an angel. So another simile there, as I said, but an angel who really symbolises Christian morality here by living his true Christian values, which is what has been sort of suggested to him throughout the novella. It's actually brought happiness into his life. And we can see that, and we see that through all the other characters that are living by those values. You know, the Cratchit family, happy at Christmas. Fred, happy at Christmas. The ghost of Christmas Present, as I've already said, you know, is described as genial face, his sparkling eyes, happy because they are living these Christian values of generosity, forgiveness, and giving joy to others. A selfless life is what's made those people happy, and it makes Scrooge happy now. And he's merry as a schoolboy. I like this one. Remember the solitary child? Who didn't experience any happiness really as a child, seemingly. His father left him alone at school, didn't really want him, but then seemed to have his own redemption, it was suggested. Perhaps his own father was visited by those ghosts. Scrooge didn't have that experience at childhood, but now he is as merry as a schoolboy. So even if he didn't have that experience himself, he can see it in others and is now experiencing it himself. And we're glad for the lad, aren't we? Finally, he's got some happiness, some joy, freedom and innocence in his life, which are all connotations, obviously, of being a schoolboy. And finally, he is giddy as a drunken man. There's no insinuation he is actually drunk at this point, but Scrooge is as giddy as a drunken man. Scrooge is really, I think, all this is suggesting really is finding his new freedom, his new happiness intoxicating for him. And we can see that through that combination of this pattern of language we get from here through this list of similes. Just put obviously there in the link quotations box, if you are talking about this, you might want to refer back to some of those quotations from the start in stave 1, where he is described as almost the complete opposite, as hard and sharp as a flint, solitary as an oyster, and all of those quotations that we know already.